Hey, I'm J.R. Damon here from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Winter Wonderland. I'm going to show you the brand new NUCAMP Haven 220. You've probably seen a bunch of videos from NUCAMP themselves. You've probably seen videos from dealership. We are actual owners. We just got this thing. We waited for it forever. We're super excited to have it. I want to give you our first impressions as actual owners. We're going to talk about the good, we're going to talk about the bad, we're going to talk about the ugly, we're going to talk about the beautiful, everything. So first off, I'm just going to go ahead and give you a long view. You've probably already seen this from a bunch of other people. This is what it looks like from the outside. Beautiful. I love the skylight you can see there in the front, and the tinted windows. It has a beautiful look. We have the kind of silver looking one. They have a white one. And so let's take a real quick look around it real fast from all angles, and then I'll show you some of the details. This is what I'm pulling it with. This is a Ram 1500 Laramie with a Hemi and sparkles. It has a lot of sparkles on the paint, which help to pull it. Let's get a long shot here. I'm trying not to fall down in the snow. Okay. But you know, you've probably all seen lots of videos to know what it looks like. Oh, just so you understand who we are. We've been NUCAMP owners forever. We had the 320, and then we started spending more time out in the on the road with two Huskies, and we quickly realized we need a little more elbow room, so we got the 400. And then we started spending even more time on the road, and then eventually we were like, if only there was just a little more room. But at the time, NUCAMP, that 400 was the biggest they had. So, you know, we were kind of stuck because we love NUCAMP, we love the quality. We looked at a bunch of other trailers, and all of them lacked the quality that we fell in love with the NUCAMP. I'll show you some of that right now. One of the things that I had to put on the 400 that wasn't there was an electric jack. Now it comes with that. This is the new basket. Lots and lots of space and beautiful. It has a full-size tire, which is super cool. You know, the other one had a small donut. This is kind of neat. It has a emergency slot here, so you can get to the shut-off valves while keeping it locked up. So there's that. I'm sure you've probably already seen the large pass-through. It's a little hard to see from here, but maybe on the other side. They have these little latches here on these ones. The other ones were magnetic. These ones, you just put that on. Thing is, you have to remember that you have that on and not just try and close it, otherwise you'll break that. So I'm not sure if that's better than the magnetic, but that's what it is. Let's see, I'm turning it the wrong way. We just got it. I don't know how everything works perfectly. Haven 220. Let's take a couple looks at a couple things. Outside ports just like you had before. The step is different. The step used to be you just, you know, burp right in. This is a little different in that you have to take this like so, and then you have to kind of pick it up, and it's not quite as fluid as the other one, but it is a more substantial step. So that's super cool. Let's see what else we got. Come on around the back. Here's something kind of neat. With the other one, I had to put on a tube on the back for the slinky. Check this out. It's got a little space here in the bumper for the slinky. So that's kind of neat. Let's see. Don't look at my license plate. This one has a backup camera. On the other ones, I had to install backup cameras on my own. And it is adjustable up and down. So that is really cool. It's a really easy camera. It actually, you don't even have to have the lights on like I had to on the other one. It just works wirelessly, super easy.
There's a switch inside.
There's a switch inside, we'll show you that. On the outside, here's one thing that I have questions about. Maybe you can answer. There's this triangle looking thing here.
Where is it?
If you want to, right here.
Oh, there it is.
If you want to back up
I can see it.
so they can see it better. I don't know what the point of that is. You have your stabilizers that go down just like all the other ones, just for stability. But behind that, you have this little triangle. I'm not sure what you do with that. All right, all the exhaust just like you had before. You have the Nautilus system, which is exactly the same as the Nautilus system on all the other 400s. It's a cool system. I'll turn on the light here for you. It's a really good system. I like it a lot, but it's nothing new and unique if you've seen it before. Same as all the rest of them. You got your dump stuff here. What else?
The other pass through the
Oh yeah.
other door.
Take a closer look at this. Let's see. Also, my fingers are getting cold, so it's getting harder and harder to operate. There is a light in here. Oh, look at this. Here's something I'm just seeing for the first time.
What?
It has a plug in here.
Oh.
With the GFCI, I guess that's called. So yeah, you can plug some things in here as well. So there is that.
Let's go inside.
I know, let's go inside. It is cold, isn't it? Come on in. Won't you be, please, won't you be, won't you be my trailer? It's beautiful in here. Hi, trailer. It's nice to see you. It's very nice and cozy. It is so much bigger than the 320. You know, it was always like, hey, will you sit down so I can stand up? The 400, you know, it did have the bathroom that, you know, you kind of had to do a little bit of a shuffle past each other. But what was always great about NUCAMP that is here in, you know, a lot of ways as well, in all the ways, is how beautiful their construction is. I mean, things like the dovetail joints. I mean, the attention to detail. When you look at all of the cabinetry, how perfectly aligned it is, how well it all functions. When we were looking at other campers, you know, you're looking at stuff and it looks pretty great at first look, but then you start noticing things like, you know, laminate peeling and, you know, cockeyed drawers and things like that. That's where these guys really excel. I mean, it's a bunch of Amish craftsmen out in Ohio that, you know, I mean, they're really building cabinetry and putting it on wheels. It is very, very beautiful. So some of the first things you notice when you look at this are all of the beautiful windows. How much light is pouring through here. The skylight, all of the lights. It's just big and bright and beautiful.
I mean, how tall are you?
Oh, that's the other. So I am 5'6", not a big guy, but I mean, look how much headroom there is between me and here. That is a really cool thing because it makes this whole thing feel so spacious, but comes with a catch, because then when you look at things like this, here's your cabinets. The only way you're getting a good look in there if you're 5'6" is if you carry around a little step stool so you can get a look inside there, because this is really high. I think other people have pointed this out before. I wouldn't change this, not for the world, because carrying around a step stool is an easy thing to do. But if you make the ceilings any lower or bring this cabinetry down, it's going to affect the spacious feel of it. So although that's kind of a bummer to have to, you know, do that to look up there and see what's inside the cabinet, because it doesn't just go this way. It goes this way and then down. There's that much space to the bottom of this, so you're looking kind of over the lip.
And those doors.
The thing about the doors is they're beautiful. They look great, but you should be aware that my wife keeps, you know, clicking this and then doing that, and then, you know, the door goes straight up and hits the ceiling, because I mean, those are strong springs, which is a good thing. Just be aware. It's something you have to pay attention to when you open it up. You got to hold it and just let it kind of go up there easy without slamming. Look at the detail here. Another thing, when I was looking at other campers, you know, you would feel this, and I wish that you could feel what I'm feeling, because it's substantial. It feels sturdy. It feels solid. It feels like quality backsplash. Okay, it's Some of the other ones I would feel and it just kind of, you could
Give.
push it, there would be give. I mean, this is all solid. It's really, really well built. The countertops are beautiful. The sinks are beautiful. I'm sure you've seen
deeper sink.
a much deeper sink
And
than the
nice,
other.
tall.
And it goes taller.
This moves around. I wish it came down with a sprayer, but
It
no.
would be nice if it had a sprayer that came out, but it doesn't.
That can be
But that's
replaced.
okay. I don't think I would. The nice thing is it's much deeper, easier to get, and also then you get that sprayer out of the way, because the other one, you'd have to kind of
They were small and round.
So this is going to be a lot easier to get the dishes done. The stove, pretty much the same, except for now, instead of having a push button, you have this little clicker here to go on, like so. So,
Warm.
yep. So that is that. Let's take a look around the bed. One of the cool things about this is the walk-around bed.
Mm-hmm.
Because it used to be with the 400 and with the 320, somebody would have to be in the small part of the teardrop, right? So you're kind of in a corner there, but also you have to roll over your partner to get out of bed. It was kind of a pain in the butt, but again, we always loved the 320 or the 400, the quality of them, so it wasn't that big a deal. But this is so nice to be able to actually walk around the bed. And when I say walk around the bed, I mean walk around the bed. I said that. Anyway, you'll notice that the Aldi is the heat system for this, same as the other ones. And it's got that radiant heat all the way around here. It's got that same radiant heat all the way around the back here. And you can feel that pumping out. And then around down there. Also, that radiant heat also is all through there.
And in the bathroom.
Through there and in the bathroom. So let's take a look at this this skylight. I'm sure that this has gotten a lot of people's attention. This beautiful skylight. It opens up just like the other ones. I'm sure you've all seen this before, but the way that these things work, you have a screen here, and then
Careful.
if you pull that up, now you have privacy. Or you undo that, and it's wide open. You can open all of these up, that up, that up, this one up. All of these pop wide open. All the screens work exactly the same like that. What else do we want to talk about? Oh, look at this. This is really cool. I'm sure that everybody's probably seen this already, and it's nothing new to you, but this is so cool to have this extra counter space for when you're working, either cooking or doing dishes or whatever. There's just a couple of latches over here that make that go down, but now, you have the space to walk through. Very cool design. You have a lot of storage. You have this here.
Unfortunately, no way to
Hang straight close.
anything.
So that was one of the things that was really nice with the 320 and the 400 is, you could have that full closet where you could hang shirts. No place to hang shirts. So I'm not sure
dresses.
what exactly you do about that, but it is plenty of storage there. You have lights here to make these lights go on and off. And then these same, and then lots and lots of track lighting all the way around. Another thing to point out here is this is Polk, P-O-L-K, Polk speakers. These are really, really good speakers. The sound in here, when you turn on the stereo, is really, really good. Check this out. There's a big well here, big enough that, just to give you an example, big shoes can go right here. To give you an example how big that is, and it goes all the way through here. So, and then also, I don't know if you've noticed this, Heather, but there's actually space underneath as well.
I did not.
So again, I could take those same shoes and look at that.
How deep does it go?
It goes right about that deep, so
Nothing will get lost.
So it won't
at
get
least.
lost under there, but there is
I
an
did not
amount of
notice.
space underneath there.
Nice.
So you could hide your shoes and stuff. Oh yeah.
Bedspread a little bit so we can see all the storage.
lots and lots of
compartments.
storage space. We put some baskets in there because when you're traveling, otherwise everything's just going to be
Falling all over the place.
moving around, falling. So this should keep things locked in place while we're traveling. But yeah, that same storage goes all the way around to the corners where
On both sides.
on both sides. So there's that. Let's talk about the fan. Here's kind of one of the things that kind of is a bummer to me. With the 320 and the 400, I was able to put a max air fan in here that, you know, will suck and it will blow, and then you can get good airflow when you open up the back windows. There is no fan in the main compartment except for when you're hooked up to shore power. That's great when you're hooked up to shore power, meaning like when you're at campgrounds and you're plugged in. But when you're in travel, one of the nice things with the NUCAMPs has always been I could stop at a Love's, I could stop at, you know, a rest area or whatever. I could turn on the fan and, you know, even if it's a super hot day, I can get the air moving in there. Now, I don't have a fan that is in the main compartment that will work. I'll probably just get some, you know, a couple fans to take with me. And there are a couple fans in the bathroom that are much smaller, but they're also max air, meaning that you can run them when it's raining. But the thing about that is,
There's one in the
there's
shower.
one in the shower, which I'll show you in a minute. But the thing about it is, if I were to stop and use those fans to try and cool it down, it's going to take a lot longer because those fans are in here, and you do have these little ports here. So if I open up the window on that side and I'm trying to suck air through to get air circulating, it's going to take a lot longer when it's coming through here. So I'm going to have to dock NUCAMP on that. It's too bad that you didn't put a big main fan in here that works when you're on battery. Now, when you are plugged in, this thing works really, really well. It's got a great fan. It has great air conditioner. It's a little on the loud side, but it does get it cooled down in here really quickly. So that's that. I'm sure that you've seen inside here. Again, hold them carefully because otherwise they will blast up there and hit your ceiling. But there's actually pass through here, so that goes all the way through. So we put a couple baskets in here so things aren't just tumbling around in there. I'll open up this one so you can take a look at it. But again, look at the quality of this cabinetry. This is not particle. This is really, really nice. I don't know what is this, birch. What is this? But it's spectacular. The quality on everything is absolutely wonderful. Again, I want you to take another look at all of this track lighting, all the way around, all the track lighting. This is it's just very bright, which helps with the feeling of openness. Let's look at this thing. This is the dinette that will also turn into another bed. This is where they kind of got to level up on the 400, because the 400 and the 320, it was always a little bit of a challenge, kind of making, you know, you got to fold the leg, you got to twist it and push the buttons that kind of would sometimes get stuck. And I'm not trying to talk it down, but you know, it was a bit more of a pain in the butt than this. Is super easy. Watch how easy this is. First off, it's nice and stable, right? And I've seen other people complain about the fact that it's a white table and they think that it should match this. But here's the thing. All the rest of this is white all the way around the border. I think it makes it kind of tie in nicely. And also the white, you know, gives you more of that lightness, that brightness. It really, if you had all dark cabinetry all around, it'd feel kind of dark and more boxed in. It all feels so airy and so light, and I feel like I can dance in here. So that's pretty cool. But we were talking about the table and how easy it is. Watch this. I just grab it and I pull it. That's all there is to it. And then when you push it back in, there's a click. You'll hear an audible click when it's on. And then I just go That's it. You hear that click? It's back on. You take that off, and then you just spin these around a couple times. They come apart, and then you can store that under there. This part goes down.
So that's the cool thing. Like all the cushions that are for this store right underneath.
And it's nice and velcroed, and yeah, you can
and
just
then
lift that.
The legs will store in there when you have the cushions out. So you have storage space, unlike the other, like the 400. Unfortunately, with this being such a light fabric, it is going to stain. We got this on Friday, and I don't know what we did. We already stained it, so worried about that.
We couldn't have done much, but yeah. So that's the blessing and the curse. The blessing is beautiful. It's light. It's airy. It adds to that whole airiness of makes it feel roomy. But yeah, obviously it's going to stain up pretty fast. So let's put that back on there. All right. What else to tell you? Back to that
fridge. Our 2020 or 2021 400. We had a much smaller fridge than this, so this is a nice upgrade for us.
It is, and I'm sure you've already seen all of the.
But what about the trash can area?
Oh yeah.
That's fun.
That is something cool. The trash can used to be on the door, and it was like this round thing, super cute, but it was not very effective because you would put a bag in there and it would just kind of fall in.
It was unusable.
Yeah. So a lot of people wound up using it for storage space, like maps and stuff. Look at this. An actual space. We don't have a trash can in there now, but an actual space where you can put a real trash can. So that's pretty cool. You put that in there, it slides right in. I'm sure you've seen all of this before. I want to show you the couple more interesting things.
Okay, go ahead.
That this is kind of another ding on them is when we would be traveling, like I said, at a Love's or anywhere else, I could have that fan running. I could have, I could be running off the batteries and everything's good. Another thing I was able to do on batteries before was watch TV. There are a lot of outlets in here that work on battery, a lot more outlets that work on battery than they had before. For instance, I think both of those, that one, those both work on battery. This works on battery. So that's a lot of places where you could run on battery, but you would think one of the places that they would let run on battery would be that outlet right there where the TV's plugged into. But no, they did not. So if you're traveling and you want to watch TV when you're stopped at a rest area or whatever,
too bad.
You cannot do that unless, of course, like us, you run a extension cord from there up to there and plug it in there. But that's kind of silly. I mean, they should, if they're taking notes for the future on making these, that would be a good place to make a change. Make that so it runs off of the battery. Not trying to complain, just letting you know what is and what is not.
What to expect, because we just thought
because
it was broken. Yeah. We thought we had problems.
So when you're not on battery, just so it's a reminder, you've got two back there. When you're on battery, you have two back there, and that one that all work. But what do not work, this one doesn't work, this outlet here, and the outlets in the bathroom, as well as the ones outside. I would expect all of those to not work, but that one I would expect to work. Again, you have more really nice Polk speakers that are underneath here. So you have two up here, you have two in the back.
And you can turn these on and have these off if somebody's wanting to sleep or relax over here. Mm-hmm. You can have these on, or vice versa. You can have these off and only these speakers on at the bed, which is really cool.
One last thing to talk about. Again, it's a bonus, but it's also a curse. All these white spaces really add to that, spaciousness, but it's a fingerprint magnet. So highly recommend that you take one of those magic erasers with you, because it's gonna get marked up pretty fast. We've only had it like 24 hours. I've already got marks on here. I've got marks on there. So I feel like that's something we're going to be trying to keep up with, because it's so beautiful. I want to keep it looking beautiful. But to that end, let's look inside the bathroom. Here's something nobody's talked to you about. On the other units, when you would close the door, it would latch instantly. There would be a little thing to clasp, and then you turn it and you unlatch. This one, when you drop, first off, listen how loud that is. If I just close the door, It's pretty loud. There's no springs kind of slowing that down or anything. And also, there's nothing that is clasping. If I close that, I have to turn the door and then push it in just a bit. And then now it's clasped. But if I just go like that, even if I just try and turn it.
Which is great, because at least we know it's not going to come open during travel.
That is nice when you're traveling. You don't have to worry about it, moving around. But it would be nice if that caught a little easier. But to that end, let's go on in here and take a look at this. These are those much smaller Max Air fans. You have, let's see, you have fan, you have light, and then you have fan and light. I think it'd be nice if they reverse that so that if I just wanted light in here, the first switch would be light. But no, first switch has got to be fan, and then go past fan to get light. Anyway, whatever. There is so much space in here. This is so nice. Oh yeah, we have
our laundry basket, a little laundry basket, which we never had room for. A little trash can, which we never had room for. There's a shelf there. You can put toilet paper and the little toilet drops. Look at all that cabinet
lots of space.
Cabinet. Awesome.
And then all of this, all through here.
Nice area for towels.
You have that same kind of peekaboo. So there's a lot of room in here. It used to be on the 400. In order to get the sink, I'd have to turn it down, right? And then while I'm washing, my hands, sometimes I would catch myself on that shower nozzle thing, and then I'd get an unexpected shower. That was always a pain in the butt.
Storage there. More storage, which is nice for cleaning supplies as well.
And then there is the shower, which now is unto itself. It's not. It used to be if you took a shower in the other one, then the floor gets wet, and then if you come in to use the restroom, floor's wet unless you clean it all up. Look at this, how nice this is. It's all by itself now, and it is huge. It's huge, and you got shelves here. You have another fan in this one.
Beautiful.
And then this is kind of like, this is a little strange, but it's just kind of a retracts, and then you have to there's a little hook here that catches here. So you have to.
I think you could also.
You just kind of like let it catch. Take another shot of it from inside the bathroom. Now that you can see a little better.
Oh, beautiful.
Let me actually go out there so you can see how tall that is. Look at this. I mean, I can literally do jumping jacks in here. It's so beautiful. Is there anything else of interest that?
Look, even room for our dog bowls here, and still can get over.
So there are definitely some rooms for improvement, but I'd say this is still the best camper that we've looked at, and we looked at a billion of them from all different companies.
The quality and just the I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. So
a lot of campers, you go in and you feel like they just kind of threw some stuff into an open box area.
Once you start looking at the details, you can really tell that, with the laminate and the walls that kind of push in. This is a quality build, just like every other NUCAMP. That's why we keep going back to NUCAMP. So yeah, there's room for improvement on a couple of these things, but this is definitely the best camper that we looked at, and we looked at a lot of them. Also, a really neat thing, if you haven't been part of the NUCAMP group before, or the NUCAMP family, is every camper has some sort of problems occasionally, and eventually. What's always been great with NUCAMP is when I go on the NUCAMP groups and I say, I got a problem, somebody will say, yes, I've had that problem. And then they're like, I got a solution. And they, it's a really great community of people that love NUCAMP. They all love NUCAMP. They've had NUCAMP forever. They stay with NUCAMP. And when they find a problem, they figure out how to fix it, and then they help each other fix it. when we were looking at other campers and we were like saying, okay, well, what about this camper? People would either mostly just be like, I hate this camper, run away, whatever. And there was no help there. That's one of the cool things. The quality is so good that there aren't a lot of problems, but when there are problems, the community is so good that they solve those problems quickly. I don't know what else to tell you. It's the same Aldi system that the other NUCAMPs have. It's a really cool system. Here's something that's a little different from the other systems is the control panel. And I don't know if I showed you the control panel on any of this, but you've probably seen it before. Now you have your porch light here. Up is on. So porch light on, awning light on.
Oh, and there's
this
awning.
Is yeah.
We didn't talk about the awning.
This is the backup camera. So that has to be on in order for it to run.
And it comes with the monitor.
Up here you have your regular, your accent sink, ceiling, and then your water pump. This is a different, it used to be that up here you would have your air conditioner, and then another unit you would have your furnace. This is now all together here. Touch pad, I touch it, now I can go, you know, I want it colder, I want it hotter. But it's
a little different.
It's just a little different, but the awning, these are the controls for the awning. So I just turned the light on down here for the awning. And let's, do you want to take a look at it?
No, that's okay.
No? Well, what's interesting on this now is that you can, one button will extend the awning, and then it, you know, push it again to pull it back. And it is an automatic awning. There's no sidebars, so it just kind of goes out. And then if it gets too windy, it pulls itself in. I don't know. Is there anything else that I'm missing?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's still an A for me, but there's room for an A plus. Just a little more, and you got an A plus.
I imagine on other versions they'll change a few things, but I mean, we're in love with this. I mean, we've had it 2 days, and we're already absolutely in love with it. We have a new mattress coming because this mattress is basically the same that comes with like the cushions that come with the 400. It's hard. It's uncomfortable. We have something coming for mattress inside.
You're definitely going to want to replace that with a different mattress.
Unless you like to sleep on hard.
What do they call it? A short queen, RV queen. It's the length of a regular queen mattress. It's just a little shorter, which works out plenty fine for us. I'm only 5'6", but I'm already kind of at the end there.
Yeah, look where is it? Go put your feet back there. Okay. Feet are right here at the end. So if you're any taller than 5'6", you're gonna hang off at that bed.
But that's just the way it is. It's one thing to know is you definitely are going to want to get a different mattress. But
luckily,
look at this.
We're short.
This is kind of neat. It was always kind of a pain in the butt to get to the under storage in the other one. This one is super easy. Let's see. Hold on here. It opens up nice and easily. Look at all this storage.
Hey, look, you can get to these top. I didn't even realize you can get to the top.
That's pretty cool. And so you see how that's blocked off underneath there. So you have this much space between the edge to here, where you can shove things under, but then it's blocked off by this wall, except for in here. So even if something did get in, all you do is open up this, and there it is. But yeah, this
storage
comes
under
up,
there, which is so nice.
Comes up and comes down really smoothly, really nicely. This is the A plus on this here, and this is that same sleep system that they've had in all the rest of them. That works out really well. Yeah, the only thing I would say there's another place, room for improvement, guys, is these mattresses that you put in here.
It allows us to buy whatever we like.
That's true too. That's true too. But there you have it. I don't know what else is there to tell.
I think that's it. Let's just take one more look.
Okay, I'll get it out of the way.
It's beautiful. Nice little spice rack area.
If you have any questions, go ahead and let us know. We haven't had it very long, but we'll dig into it and see what there is. And if there's any questions we can answer, we'd love to do it. But yeah, I like it, guys. What do you think? We'll keep you posted if we find anything else. I love it. It's super cool. I can't wait to get out and get camping in it. We're going to go out and do a snow camp here in a couple weeks, and we'll keep you posted on anything. If you have any questions, go down to the comments below. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. All right, I'm just kidding. All right, bye-bye.